I'm Malcolm Van Delson. This is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, I don't know why I tried to do this, and by way of explanation, tells her life story. We are in book 2. Previously in Do the Wrong Thing, Ava went on a date with a professor who rejected her, was incredibly cruel to her younger sister, and took a room in a decrepit house for her fall university term. I'll put my questions at the end. Trigger warning again, I'm revisiting the scene with the icky sexual stuff, just for an A/B test of that scene. So I'll just drop in at the end of that scene before the A and the B. Dad, Mom, and I stand on the concrete in triangular formation. Bye, I say to Mom. Her eyes are full of tears, worry, not sadness. She doesn't think I can survive without the sins of the mother. How can the daughter survive without God and family when she can't? How will she survive without her daughter, who is her confidant and devotee? Was her confidant and devotee. Is the daughter escaping? If so, the daughter will surely succumb to sin. I turn to my father. His eyes are full of tears too. We move to hug each other, but end up kissing, a desperate, lonely, hanging on by a thread of spittle or a lymphatic something, not a tendon, but another word that starts with L, a kiss with tongue. I draw back, or we both do. It all happens so fast. I look away, anywhere but at my dad. My mom stares at the sky, her face doing that thing where if it were hands, they'd be ringing. B. I turn to my father. His eyes are full of tears too. We move to hug each other, but fall into an embrace. We kiss, not what either one of us want, I'm sure, on the lips, with tongue. I draw back. We both look away, anywhere but at each other, my mom staring over our heads, her face doing that thing where if it were hands, they'd be ringing. This house by the L curve. This Birmingham house by the L curve on Ash Street. The red walkway, the green trimmed windows, the gray stucco facade, all desquamating. The large lawn dotted with dandelions and clusters of small, scalloped leafed plants hugging the ground. Inside. Is it because the landlady is old or because I'm not allowed in most of the house, this uneasiness? Maybe I brought it with me. I smell wood, must, and something I can't put my finger on. Dried roses in frying pan forgotten on the stove, maybe. Every home has a distinct odor. I don't like this one's. A sitting room off to the right, not for tenant use, and a hallway stretching forward. Down that hallway, a bathroom to the left, my room, the landlady's on the right, and directly across from hers, stairs to John's attic room, and beside that, stairs to the basement where the kitchen, lounge, and bathroom for John and I are. At the end of the hall, the landlady's kitchen. Hardwood floors and flowery wallpaper everywhere on this main floor. My bedroom has green vines snaking down from a topmost border of thick, leafy tangle. Fragile, thin-legged furniture cowers against the walls in every room. What's the point of all these delicate tables and cupboards? Anyway, I don't plan to spend much time here. In the basement, a 50s-style gas stove and a similarly vintaged fridge and a large shallow sink. Counter space is limited to a few inches to the right of the sink and the top of a beat-up brown shelving unit about 3 feet high. The shelving unit demarcates a galley between the kitchen appliances and the rest of the undeveloped basement while simultaneously holding plates, mismatched and chipped, of course, glasses, mugs, and some dented pots and baking tins. The cement floor is covered with beige, tile-patterned linoleum remnant and a couple of compressed rugs, one red, one blue, though neither is very red nor blue anymore. A rickety table with 4 chairs marks the meeting point of the kitchen, lounge, and no man's land where the furnace, boxes of the landlady's stuff, and clothes racks with old coats and dresses live. Across this dark area, light leaks in through a cloudy, grit-encrusted window, but doesn't provide enough power to create color. Or maybe it's the dust floating in the air. There's a lot of it, forcing the boxes and clothes into a penumbrous half-light as they skulk against the furnace. To get to the bathroom, you skirt the edge of this no man's land along the unfinished back of the shelving unit. The bathroom contains a shower coated in dried skin scum and another mud-splattered window, which you will always leave open even when it's cold because of the smell. There are 4 chairs around the wobbly table, the thick chrome stem in the middle divided into 4 outstretched arms, top and bottom. 3 of the chairs are old, wooden, folding ones, and the 4th, metal and vinyl with bright blue flowers on a ripped back. John and I never use the vinyl chair. It's missing a knob at the bottom of one back leg and is always off balance. Our lounge consists of two deep, low, dark brown couches facing one another with just enough room for a heavy wooden coffee table between them. Beneath this confluence, the carpet is so stiff and sticky. Is that years of cooking grease accumulation? The whole basement seems grease and dust coated, actually, though the sink and dishes are relatively clean. I sit on one couch only once. John is, as I said, pale and thin. He stands and walks rigidly and speaks in a small, tight voice. He's studying sociology. He's from Concord. I avoid the landlady and her brittle, mirthless sarcasm. With my tongue, I trace over the top of my mouth and the insides of my cheeks. Canker sores. My entire mouth is covered in them. I stay in bed, feverish. Sunlight floods through my window. The plant in front of the window with its dark green, long, plump leaves reminds me of home, of my mom's plants. I turn to the vines that wind down my walls. If they were real and I stayed motionless for long enough, they'd grow over me, attach their suction cup nodules to my flesh and suck out my nutrients. I think the canker sores are because I ate 17 tomatoes yesterday. I was trying to mimic the tone of the work. I wanted to capture the metaphysicality of it, I tell my French teacher. She wrinkles her nose. But you made no sense. I can't have an E. I can't. Okay, she sighs. I'll let you rewrite your essay, but you have to hand it in by the end of the week. I leave her office, walking down the modern hallway, so different from the stone and ivy exterior of the building. Why does she think my paper made no sense? I mean, she did miss my point. Writing an essay that makes no sense is perfectly perfect for a movie and screenplay that make no sense. I can't believe that Rob Gurley could write a screenplay and have a film made of it as incomprehensible as L'année dernière à Marienbad. It's like he picked up his pen and wrote whatever was in his mind, ignoring plot, the need to tell a story or anything. I want to do that. C. She gives my rewrite a C. Fuck French. I'll never learn it. I'm quitting. Glad to find out about the nouveau roman, though. Plot and characters secondary to setting. I want to do that. I know I said I was going to stay in the library and talk to no one, but I can't. Words are jumping about on pages. I can barely read some nights. And I don't write. I tried out for the school newspaper, but after one assignment, reporting on a girl who won a basketball award, I quit. John invites me to parties with his friends. John's friends. One, Ava. Short and plain, almost dykish. The first person I've ever met with the same name as me. The younger sister of, two, Kylie. Also short, but not as plain. She wears inches of bangles on her arms and a long brown side ponytail. Chubby. Three, Carolyn. Awkward, shy. An English student with a mass of dirty blonde curls that reach almost to her waist, making her look like a medieval Madonna. Four, Bill. Outgoing sociology student that everyone seems to want. I don't get it. He's a nice guy, but all he talks about is who was going out with who. Drinks a lot. Bisexual. Gerald. Dyes his hair black and shaves it on one side. Wears huge white shirts and black dress pants that hug his calves and ankles. Talks in an exaggerated drip, as if he has complete disregard for everything except music.